Miss, I have been following this story and I'm rather surprised at the statistics and the kind of build-up which has been given defies logic.
Okay.
And when I say that, I have reasons to say this.
Okay.
The ban already exists in 22 states. It is only 4 or 5 states where the ban did not exist. So if you have to look at the impact in these states, these are 2 major states, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal, 3 and other minor states. So when you look at the impact in these states, the figures and the quantum you are talking about looks to be completely misplaced and looks to be deliberately exaggerated. So my humble submission would be, before we use these figures, let's be logical and not illogical.
Okay.
There exists a ban in 22 states. Here is this entire complete list. What is new about it?
Himanshu is lying.
And let me tell you one thing. Again, the notification does not ban it. Can I finish, sir?
Please go ahead. But please finish, Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal.
The notification does not ban. No. The notification only puts a stop to selling it in the market when it is going for a slaughter purpose. That's all. The slaughterhouses can source it elsewhere also. There's nothing which prevents. And all dead animals, their skins will always be available to the leather market. So saying everybody will become jobless, the tanneries will close, the farmers will be under duress. I mean, I understand that there can be an exaggeration. But an exaggeration of the kind which is preposterous and to create a fear psychosis, I think it is very uncalled for.
All right.
I think as people we must exercise restraint and be rational in our expressions so that needlessly if we create fear, this is not acceptable.
All right. Okay. Heard you out, Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal. This is what the cattle slaughter ban says. Cattle cannot be brought to an animal market for sale for slaughter. This includes bulls, bullocks, cows, buffaloes, steers, calves, camels. All animal markets will have to be registered. You cannot paint the horns. Purchaser of cattle cannot sell animal for slaughter. Purchaser of cattle cannot sacrifice animal for religious purposes. Veterinary inspectors will have to come in. Basically, everybody who sells cattle in the market will have to fill out 5 different forms. And I want to bring in Chengal Reddy. If there are people who represent each of these groups, Chengal Reddy represents farmers. Mr. Chengal Reddy, do you believe that I have exaggerated?
I think 22B and then debate.
Do you believe, Chengal Reddy, that I have exaggerated the impact on the farmers? That this is preposterous? Chengal Reddy, where do you stand?
What the BJP has done is totally probably they never understood the implication of this particular order. My BJP representative was telling that there are restrictions and all that. What he doesn't understand is, see, the law which you have put in place, like the registration. Do you know what is registration of an animal with authorities, my friend? Do you know how many animals are there in this country? Whether cattle or, as you said, even let us say now that you have added camels also. Do you know how many billions it runs into? And do you expect an ordinary illiterate farmer in Rajasthan, Gujarat or northeastern states or tribal areas to go and register himself in the markets? I say, look, you see, gentlemen, you people in BJP should understand that this agriculture, animal husbandry seems to have totally bypassed your understanding. See, this is not exaggeration, my friend. This is simply collapse. It's a catastrophe. What you don't understand is you are destroying the livelihood of every farmer in this country.
We are discussing the economic impact.
Please, gentlemen, please don't talk about the meat and market. No, please.
I am not here to listen to this, miss. We are discussing the economic impact.
So Mr. Chengal Reddy is representing the farmers. Mr. Chengal Reddy is a farmer activist.
No, please.
What are we discussing?
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Look, simply because your party is ruling.
Sorry.
No, please, simply because your party has become ruling in the national level. Don't think you can take things as for granted. No, please hear me.
What is it?
For 70 years we are running.
Is it political or is it not political? Miss, you cannot have these double standards.
Some grand novel ideas What do you think?
What
you
is
are-
this?
It's
You
okay,
think
okay,
you are
okay.
going to
Mr.
dictate
Reddy,
what
Mr. Reddy,
we-
I'll
Miss,
ask
I'm
you to
not
just
going to take this
explain to our
nonsense.
viewers what
Either you make this man quiet or I'm walking out.
You have
What
no
is
business.
this?
Calm down, calm down,
You
calm
can't have
down,
this kind of
calm down.
comment.
Nobody is being
You
offended
can't
here.
have
Mr.
political people
Sudhanshu
here.
Mittal, Mr. Sudhanshu
No, you
Mittal,
have
one
no
second,
business.
Mr. Reddy, one second. Let me bring in Anil Patil again.
So absurd. You know what is? I don't know what is happening in India. We are all perplexed. We
Let
don't
me
know what kind
just
of
bring in
politics
all
BJP
of
is
the
doing.
members of the
Like,
panel
you know,
right
some
now.
of the
Let me bring in
panel
all of the members of the
commenting,
panel.
you know.
Sanjay Jha,
I need
making
to
your
respond. I
political
can't have
making a
8:1.
political alliance is very clear
I
to
can't
the
have
panel.
an 8:1.
Sanjay Jha.
I need to respond to this, miss.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal, respond.
I heard the eloquence of this gentleman talking about the constitution and the illegality and the rights of minorities and all kind of things.
No, I don't believe that's
I
what he
think
said.
what is
He
supreme
said
is the
farmers will
constitution
have
of this
trouble
country.
selling cattle.
And let me...
He said, Anil Patil said farmers will have trouble selling
no,
cattle.
you are a very no.
You have
Himanshu
to- if you have
you
to
are a
speak,
cantankerous
you never
person.
interrupt anybody.
You have a problem of misunderstanding
Can I
phrases.
speak?
You have a problem with your
Can I
language. You are a hopeless majoritarian. You
One
are
second,
a
one
hopeless
second.
majoritarian.
Can
It's
I
a sad
speak?
state that people
Will you
Shariah
keep
Khan,
quiet?
allow
It is my
Mr. Sudhanshu
chance.
Mittal to
You
finish.
have-
Mr.
Miss, can you
Mittal,
regulate
Mr.
this
Mittal,
debate?
please finish.
Farmers,
Mr.
no,
Mittal,
you
please
keep-
Miss,
finish.
can you regulate this debate?
You don't
And can
talk.
you have this
You
man...
don't talk.
One second. Mr. Mittal, Mr. Mittal's chance to finish. Mr. Mittal, please finish. Shariah Khan, one moment. Calm down. Everybody calm down. We're talking about jobs. We have to get through several points. Mr. Mittal, please continue.
ഒന്നും കാണുന്നില്ല.
Now, let me read it out to him that the Constitution of India has something called Article 48. And what is Article 48 must be read so that the person speaking will get educated. It says the state shall endeavor to organize...
That is not
Please keep
justiciable.
quiet.
It is not a
Don't be
fundamental
ill-mannered.
right.
Hey, please.
No. You are misguided.
Okay. Everybody, Shariah Khan, I will thank you to please allow my guests to finish their point. Don't interrupt. We do not interrupt each other on this panel. Shariah Khan, one moment. Calm down.
No.
If we talk over each other, we can't understand what anyone is saying. It's a waste of time. Let him finish his point and then you can rebut. We have legal experts on this panel. One second, Shariah Khan, one second. We allowed you to finish.
I am talking about fundamental rights. No, I am talking about fundamental rights.
Fair enough. Allow him to make his point and then you can rebut. Allow him to make his point. Allow him to make his point.
Justiciable.
Fair
They are
enough.
not
Allow him,
enforceable.
Mr. Shariah Khan, allow him to make his point. Sudhanshu Mittal, please make your point.
The state shall endeavor to organize agriculture and animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines, prohibiting the slaughter of cows and calves and other milch and drought cattle. This is the Constitution of India, Article 48. And people who do not understand the Constitution and who do not understand Article 48 should not talk about it being unconstitutional. This is a responsibility which the... Please don't be ill-mannered.
It is a noble guiding principle. It is not a fundamental right.
Why are you being ill-mannered?
One second. Mr. Shariah Khan, I beg you to allow the other person to complete his point. Please. This sort of screaming is not helping anybody. Please.
Madam, he is completely distorting the facts.
He will
He
not
is
be able to
talking about
distort the
directive
facts because I have
principles.
senior
The
lawyers on this
directive
panel.
principles are
Shariah
only
Khan,
guiding
allow me to do my
principles. I am talking
job.
about fundamental rights.
Shariah Khan, allow me to do my job. I have right now two very senior lawyers on this
Please
panel.
go ahead.
Swapnil Kothari is a
Please go
senior lawyer. Swapnil Kothari, there's Article 48, Trump Article 21, which is the right to life and
I
livelihood.
haven't finished my argument, miss. I have not been permitted to speak.
Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal, there are members of this panel who haven't spoken at all. Swapnil Kothari, does Article 48, Trump Article 21, which is the right to life and livelihood.
8:1. And if that is the time you're going to give it to me, is it fair?
I think, Faye, I think you need to allow Mr. Mittal first to speak if he wishes to speak. And then when I speak, I would appreciate if I'm not interrupted. So if he still has some points to make, let him go ahead.
Mr. Mittal, go ahead.
So simple as that, it is a constitutional duty which is given in the directive principles. So anybody talking about it violative of constitution must read the constitution. It is the ignorance of the worst order. Now, I am seeing a clear design. Let me read out 22 also, because everybody has been talking about the regulation. 22B says requires a person bringing cattle to the market to submit a written declaration only. Where is the affidavit? Which says, stating that the animal has not been brought to the market for slaughter. That is all what is required. Now talking about 5 affidavits, where do the 5 affidavits come from? You know what is happening is deliberate distortion of facts, both in terms of the procedures, the impact, and the exaggeration of the economic impact.
Okay.
When already in 22 states a ban exists.
Okay, you're
It's a
repeating
clear
yourself.
design
Right.
to basically create panic out of a regulation, which it is not.
Okay, all right. If you're done, Swapnil Kothari, please go ahead. If you're done, Swapnil Kothari, please go ahead.
Yes, first of all, the fundamental rights take precedence over the directive principles of state policy. So Article 21 and Article 19(1)(g). Article 21, which is right to life, which includes an adumbrated right to privacy as to what one wants to eat within the 4 corners of his house. And Article 19(1)(g), which is the right to trade, practice, and profession, takes precedence over the directive principles of state policy, which is Article 48 and 51A. Which are basically fundamental duties and mere guidelines as to what needs to be done by the state, and it's an endeavor to do so and protect cow slaughter, etc., and ensure that is a different aspect altogether. But let's take a look at this. This was the legal aspect. The fundamental rights take precedence over the directive principles
Sir,
of
they
state
have
policy.
been upheld by the Supreme Court. All the bans have been upheld by the Supreme Court, so do not lie here.
Please finish. May I please finish, please? I respected your viewpoint. You are entitled to viewpoint.
Faith, kindly stop him from interrupting people.
My viewpoint. You can disagree with it, and we can disagree with each other without being disagreeable. Now, as far as the second aspect is concerned, which is the practical aspect. Now, if you mention, Faith, that 22 million jobs are at jeopardy, and if that is an exaggerated figure or a preposterous figure, then let's halve it, and let's say 11 million jobs are at risk. Now, assuming that 11 million jobs are at risk as far as this aspect is concerned, that also needs to be taken care of. You need to ensure that some jobs are created as far as creating the revenue aspect, the revenue officer, etc., or filling up of forms is concerned. Now, that is definitely a difficult thing as to do, as to how do you ID cows, which one is being ferried for sale, which one is being ferried for slaughter. So that's going to again foment corruption and red tapeism and bureaucracy. Now, this is only a secondary aspect, which is the practical aspect. I'm looking mostly at the fundamental aspect, which is the legal aspect. And, this is something, I do not agree with this philosophy of banning this, banning that, because then let's do one thing, let's ban bans. This is a democracy. We can come out with these notifications. The center can come out with that. But at the same time, then we have the Supreme Court on top of everybody. And then high courts have given contrarian judgments. Supreme Court has upheld some bans. It has not upheld some other bans. Let this issue be decided by a 3-judge bench or a 5-judge bench. And let them take a final view and let them put a quietus on this issue.
Right. Thank you, Swapnil. Arpan is an animal rights activist, Director of the Federation of Indian Animal Protection.
I need to rebut this.
One second, Mr. Sudhanshu.
I need to rebut.
Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal, you have several opportunities to speak. Please allow, Arpan hasn't even spoken, Sanjay Jha hasn't spoken. Just allow everybody to speak. Arpan,
it is a
do you
fallacious doctrine because Supreme Court has upheld all the bans in the state.
Okay. I'll come to you to respond to everybody. Arpan, do you believe? Sudhanshu Mittal, you heard everyone out. Sudhanshu Mittal, I'm giving you an opportunity to respond.
Totally destroy the Indian agriculture sector.
Indian agriculture sector. Can we afford to put our farmers in distress? And this is something, Sudhanshu Mittal, that even Anil Patil has said. Anil Patil is purely a social worker. Please respond, Sudhanshu Mittal.
Now, I will go one by one. First, let me respond to Mr. Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha said the law is only for cow. Mr. Sanjay Jha, I expect you not to be an illiterate when you make this kind of a statement. Andhra, bull, bullock, all kind of animals. Assam, bull, bullock, all kind of animals. Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Chandigarh, Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir. Read the law. Please read the law. The law is all pervasive. It is not only for cow. So when you make a preposterous statement like this,
you're contradicting yourself.
Arousing criminal passions and nothing beyond. But
You're contradicting yourself,
I have
Mr.
not
Mittal.
intervened when you were talking. Will you please keep quiet? Have decency. Can I speak, miss?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead, Mr. Mittal. Please go ahead, Mr. Mittal. Sudhanshu Mittal, please answer.
And now we heard the distinguished lawyer talking about the fundamental rules superseding the directive principles, blah, 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 blah. Sir, when the Supreme Court itself has upheld all the bans which have been enacted by all these 22 states, you are saying either the Supreme Court was out of its mind or you are ignorant of law. They are the only two conclusions which can be drawn.
No, hang on. Let me bring in Swapnil Kochari. Swapnil Kochari, first of all, Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal, we are not disrespectful of the Supreme Court on this panel. Secondly, Swapnil Kochari, Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal's argument to your statement was blah, 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 blah. Go ahead.
Which Supreme Court judgments is he quoting? Can we know?
Can I finish?
No, I have to give Swapnil an opportunity to come in because you said he sounded like blah, 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 and you said he disrespected the Supreme Court, and I'm sure he wants to correct that.
You gave all the time to Mr. Reddy. Miss, don't be biased. You gave so much of time to Mr. Reddy. Allow me to finish.
No, Sudhanshu Mittal, I will come back to you, but you just mentioned that a senior lawyer was disrespectful of the Supreme Court. He should be given an opportunity to rebut that.
The BJP always intimidates anchors who question them.
If Mr.
One second.
Mittal allows
The BJP always intimidates
one second,
anchors
Sanjay
who
Jha.
question them. They're not
Let
used to
Swapnil
it.
Kochari answer.
They're not
Swapnil
used to it.
Kochari.
They need to be questioned.
Ask him, has the law been upheld by the Supreme Court or not?
Swapnil Kochari.
On January 27, 2017, an activist made an application, a petition to the Supreme Court that please allow a nationwide ban on cow slaughter. The Supreme Court rejected that petition, stating, leaving it to the states. Let me not interfere with the states. Let me meaning let us not interfere with the states. The states are allowed to hold. Well, please read, Mr. Mittal. You please read. Instead of making personal remarks, I do not have anything personally against you. So I'm making my own point.
Sir, has the Supreme Court upheld the ban or not? Please don't digress. You have to give a straight answer. Has the Supreme Court upheld the ban by various states or not? If they have, then what you are talking is not right.
Discussion today is being unfair to all the panelists of your program.
Sudhanshu Mittal, don't badger the panelists. Allow Swapnil Kochari to make his point.
But he's disrupting the
He's not going to
program.
be able to badger me. He can shout at the top of his voice, but shouting does not validate his points, neither his arguments. In fact, they reduce the validity of that. So I'm used to these
Sir, you will never answer me. You will never answer me. I'm waiting for your answer.
Sudhanshu Mittal, allow him to finish his point.
Please check your facts. I know what I'm saying. I know the facts. I've read it.
Please.
What I'm saying is that after this, if the states are going to have these contrarian views, then what the Supreme Court is going to do, eventually it will have to come into the picture and say that the state high courts have given the contrarian view. So let us put a quietus over this issue, whether it's a 3-judge bench or a 5-judge bench. And I would love if the directive principles of state policy of 48 and 51A are given that sort of sanctity.
Amazing.
Sort of sanctity. Well, you are amazing. Let's stop these personal remarks. You're not sounding anything good or anything decent, sir. Let me complete my point. I have interrupted you even once. I haven't interrupted you. I have heard you.
Sir, why are you evading the question? 1953 Act was upheld. 1957 Act was upheld. 64 Act was upheld. 73 Act was upheld. 78 Act was upheld.
He's a rude man. He's not allowing anybody to speak on your channel.
I'm challenging you.
Where you need to lower his microphone level. Mr. Mittal's microphone level needs to be lowered.
And answer it.
He's deliberately interrupting because he has no answers on your program today.
I'm not answering.
He has no answers on your program. He's dodging it. He's winning it.
Okay, everybody calm down. Gentlemen, calm down. Calm down. Everybody calm down. Just take a moment.
Please read.
Swapnil, just take a moment. Take a moment. I have just one question now I'm going to ask, and I want everybody to focus on this one question.
Faye, can I say
Sanjay
something?
Jha, I'll come to you.
The Bharatiya Janata Party's strategy on every TV program is to bully people into silence.
Nobody bullies anybody. Nobody bullies anybody on my show, Sanjay Jha. I'm in full control of this program. Gentlemen, this is embarrassing. Please calm down. I have one question, and my word to Sudhanshu Mittal. Nobody will interrupt him. Sudhanshu Mittal, go ahead.
Miss, the fundamental argument that it bans any cattle going to the slaughterhouse is fallacious. This regulation relates to a marketplace. that in a marketplace you cannot sell for it to be sent to a slaughterhouse. That's all. The exaggeration is appalling. You are talking about a farmer. Let us understand, how does a farmer get affected? He has a cattle. He uses a cattle for I don't intervene. He uses a cattle for the cow for milk. He uses a bull for his farming purposes. And at some point he can give it to anybody, not in a marketplace but elsewhere. So there is
Who will
there is
take
this
this animal? Who is this anybody who will
Just
take
to
this
smoke
animal?
brownie
Sudhanshu
points and
Mittal, you
get
have
a
not
political
understood
system.
how farming functions. If an animal is not
let
productive,
me finish.
who is this anybody who will take this animal? You've completely misunderstood the entire farming economy.
The unproductive, there is no ban.
Definitely.
Miss, there is no ban on sale of an unproductive
the
animal
foreign
also.
Nobody will buy the
It only
unproductive
bans a
animal.
sale at the marketplace. Please understand, I don't know.
You have banned
What is
sale of
it?
animal for slaughter.
Please understand, don't be illiterates. Read the ban.
First of all, don't insult the illiterates. I understand illiterates can run for office and for
Please
parliament
read
in
the
this country. Don't insult us by saying you are illiterates.
Miss, I
point out to you,
expect the
Mr.
regulations
Sudhanshu
to be there.
Mittal, you are
Can
saying he
expect
can
it
give
to
away
be.
an unproductive animal to anyone. Please tell me who will take an unproductive animal. Who will take an unproductive animal?
There are, if the companies have to go, they can go to the farmer directly. They don't need to rely on the middleman and the marketplace. This is only relating to the marketplace and nobody else.
Really?
So do not exaggerate an
not
argument
answering my
for the sake of an
90%
argument.
of the
Read it
animals
in the
sent for
context of
slaughter
what is
not
happen
answering
through
my
animal
question.
markets.
What
Does
you
he know
can,
his numbers?
let your imagination
Do you know your
run.
numbers, sir? Are you
The
prepared for this
unfortunate
debate?
part is everybody
Were you prepared for this debate?
to defame us.
Were you prepared? Do you know your
This is
facts
not
today?
about politics,
Did you
Mr.
come here?
Sudhanshu Mittal. This is about jobs.
Illegal slaughtering. That is the intent of this regulation. And
The
all
intent of
you
this
want to do
regulation
is
has
to make
completely
political
missed the
capital
mark.
out of it, which is so shameful.
Please tell me,
And
Sudhanshu
unfortunate
Mittal,
part
please
is
tell me, Sudhanshu
you are
Mittal, who
always
will buy an
without
unproductive animal?
being right
Please
or
tell
left.
me. A bull that is lame, a cow that is not giving
There
milk, a
are
buffalo that
enough
is not
people
giving
who
milk.
will do
Who will
what
buy
can't
that
be
animal?
buy.
Please tell me what a farmer is
Let me
supposed to
tell
do with
you,
that animal.
Only 10% of the total
Who
sale and purchase
will,
of
please,
animals.
Sudhanshu Mittal, tell me,
Miss, I'm telling
who
you,
will
listen
take
to
an
it also.
animal that is not
Only
productive?
10% of the total purchase of animals is in the mandi.
Who will
I'm
take an
explaining to you, why
animal
can't
that
you
is
listen
not
to it?
productive, Mr.
Only
Sudhanshu Mittal?
10% of the total purchase
You're
of...
not answering my question.
I am telling you this, why can't you listen? Only 10% of the total purchase or sale of animal takes place in a mandi. 90% is private purchase and sale, which is not prohibited by this regulation.
Who will
Read the
buy an
regulation.
animal that is
Don't
not
lie on the
productive?
regulation. Only 10% of the total sale purchase is in the market.
You're not answering my question. You said
So what you
once
are
a
doing
farmer
is,
gets an
when
animal,
it
he
is
gets
an
a
issue of
buffalo for milk.
10%
If the buffalo is no longer
thing,
producing milk,
which is
he can give it
largely
away to
used for
somebody.
smuggling.
Who will take that animal?
You are making it a point.
Who will take that animal? Who will take that animal? Who will
I'm
take
telling
that
you,
animal?
Private people purchase it today also, they will be permitted tomorrow also.
What will they purchase it for? Please tell me, what will they purchase it for? Who are these people? What will they purchase it for? Will they buy these animals as pets?
Purchase is in by private people.
For what?
I am telling you, why can't you listen? I'm talking your language. 90% of sale and purchase is by private. This
what?
is not in the market. And this regulation is only for the market.
Well, Sudhanshu Mittal is still not answering my question
does not
of
prohibit the sale and
where will a farmer like the ones you're seeing on your screen, after they have a buffalo that is no longer giving milk, this is how it works, what will he do with that animal? Can he afford to continue to feed and to water an animal that no longer produces milk? What will the farmer do? What will the levels of cruelty be if the farmer then just leaves that buffalo to walk down the road and starve to death because he can no longer afford to feed it? In the meantime, what about those people who depend on leather tanneries? What about those people who've been making chappals in Kolhapur for generations, for centuries? What happens to them? Have we thought this through? My questions remain the same. Can we, in this country, currently afford to distress our farmers anymore? Can we, in this country, afford to make eggs and milk and food and chicken and mutton prohibitively expensive in a country where children are starving? Can we afford to absorb a hike in the price of milk? Because farmers currently who are producing milk by buying one cow will no longer find it viable. Has the government thought this regulation through? It's not about religion. It's not about one animal. It's about an entire industry, an industry that forms the very backbone of this country. Please, for heaven's sake, relook at it and think it through.